Okay.
Hello, everyone. We just popped in quickly today, Farrah Weir and myself, to let you know about a very exciting self-mastery online workshop that we'll be collaborating on. You know, Farrah is amazing with this kind of work, and you've met her a few times through my channel, and we're very excited about this collaboration. It's basically an online workshop on how to communicate and discovering your higher self. And it's going to take place on the equinox, the spring equinox or the autumn equinox, depending on what hemisphere of the planet you're on the 23rd of September. And it will be around, 2 p.m. GMT time. So we'll be able to get those in the US to log in the morning, and those in Australia to log in late at night. But hopefully we'll catch everyone and get as many people to join in as possible. This is going to be a very, very important workshop, and we're going to tell you about it. Farrah, why don't you tell us about what you've got lined up?
Well, hi, Anina. We always had a bit of a chat before, so it's a reintroduction. So when you and I were chatting about doing a collaboration and working, with people and how can we assist people and what we can teach and bring that's really of value right now. From what I'm being shown and what I'm feeling and downloading and getting from Spirit is that there's nothing more valuable right now than learning how to quiet out the outside noise and go within and internally connecting with your higher self and guidance team, with source, the information in your DNA. It's all linked. It's all actually the same thing, because we're moving into a time where we know of with our ascension journey, where it's about individuation, coming into individuation with self, into union with self. And so we're not constantly looking outside of ourselves for answers and for information. Not to say that it's not great to listen to people who are well versed in these things or channel, because that holds keys and codes and information and memory, which can be ignited within your own individual DNA. But mostly to come into a space where you can really feel confident and we can give the tools to go through the process of learning how to trust the information that you are being given and your guidance system, so that you can take moves and steps with what's to come, knowing that you are really connected through that process. Oh, I can't hear you. Are you on mute? There we go.
Sorry, guys, I was pressing the wrong button. Now I'm unmuted and unpaused. Anyway, I think this is really, really valuable because I get so many questions on videos and on Telegram channel, but what can they do, and how can they do the inner work, and how can they connect with their higher self? I see people are very frustrated because things are not moving or shifting fast enough, with all the changes that we've been expecting around the world, with all the research that a lot of us have been doing. We feel like, oh, this date has come and gone, that date has come and gone. So people are on this perpetual waiting game, and they don't actually take the time to go within and do the inner work, because that's really what this time is calling for now. For us to, why are we waiting for things to shift around the world? What can you do? How can you go within and activate your true power and activate your own guidance, which is that voice and that relationship with your higher self and your guide team? So I really think this is well timed and so necessary. But maybe Farrah, tell us a little bit more about what you'd be diving into.
So firstly, I just want to say that, by doing that work, you create those big shifts. We are creating, through our consciousness and through our expansion, the big shift. So everyone's talking about dates like there's going to be some big solar flare. I'm not showing it in that way. It's a continual thing that's happening. But realizing that the more you throw your energy and attention outside of yourself, the less quickly things are going to change. Because when Tom over here shifts and Sam over here shifts and Bob over here shifts, that creates the collective shift that brings in the higher dimensional energy, consciousness, and frequency that allows humanity to step into the next space. So actually the most important thing we can do is work on ourselves and shift within ourselves, because we are creating those timelines that we're waiting for them to magically appear through some CBS system, magically waiting them to appear through some flash to the sun, waiting for them to appear through the Palladians. It's not like that. It's about the inner alchemy. So in terms of the core,
Absolutely. I keep saying to people, you have to meet these. I know that there are, people working in the background to root out the wealth, but you've got to meet these guys halfway. This is about a collective energy shift. The planet will not shift one if the energy of the planet is not ready to shift. And each one of us are like a little energy node, like, I don't know, like a little wire. Look at it at an electrical board. There's so many little wires on this electrical board, but you're one of them. If one of the little wires are not connecting, the whole system comes down. So we have to activate, all of us collectively, do the work. Just try our best, to map out our own personal growth and development. And that's how we're going to shift things into the golden age, because I'm passionate about this golden age, but we bring it in. We're not going to it. We attract it to us by doing the collective work.
And even your hair and your beautiful skin, everything, you are emanating golden rays out of you, girl. But
I'm the golden age girl.
You're the golden age girl. I said to you earlier, you look like some pure bloodline. So what was I going to say? I had a thought about New Earth. Anyway, no one's coming to save us. That is the mentality that's been planted into the spiritual truth community. It's been put there to delay timelines, distract you. And so one of the things is the dark do know they can't, the eventuality singularity point of New Earth is at 99.99%, which is pretty much 100%. It's coming. What can we do to delay it? Let's distract everyone. So this workshop or course or whatever we want to call it is really about, first of all, diving into what your higher self is. So we hear about guides and we hear about our future versions of ourselves, and we hear about Palladians and we hear about Andromeda and all of these amazing galactic things, and then also source. And so I just want to kind of break that down a little bit. I just want to say that in one workshop, one lecture, one meditation is not going to automatically shift anyone into the confidence of being able to just 100% connect with their higher selves. It might for some, but I can't promise that for everybody. I do speak a little bit about how we have to be working day to day to achieve this. It's not, for many, it's not a magic button that just switches on. So it's a lot of dedication, focus, and practice that actually need to happen for one to really settle into the trust that it takes. So a lot of connecting with your higher self is around deprogramming the limiting belief of like, oh, am I making this up? I don't really trust myself. I'm not sure. We have a lot of that programming put in us since birth, and that takes a lot of work to step out of. So you can energetically bring awareness to that program and remove it, but if we're not doing the work daily, to practice and looking after our thoughts, then you're going to fall into default programming and patterning. So I'm going to do what I can in this workshop to break down a couple of themes. And do you want me to read them out, or?
We don't have to read through everything, but I just want to mention to people is they will get some reading material and some tools and tips to take away with them so that they can do this daily work, because a lot of people don't know how to do their daily work, and it's not that difficult. You just need a few guidelines, and the rest is up to you, how deep you want to go, how much you want to surrender, how much you want to actually focus time, energy, and attention to this process. And so that's going to guide you a little bit. And there will be, obviously, we will do an advanced or level 2 as well. So if you want to do level 2, that'll be in a couple of weeks' time, so you can kind of deepen your practice. But I think this will really open the gateway, because a lot of people just need that tiny little door opening kind of begin stepping through it. And you might not be able to step through and immediately start communicating with your higher self, but you will get glimpses of that. And as you work on it, as you do the daily work, you're going to eventually master it fully. As you said, some might already be at an advanced level. They just need that push to get them through the door. So
Yes,
it
so
depends on
sometimes it's actually just someone holding the container. This is why this is a lot of the work I do one-on-one. So now I'm going to offer it in a group setting, is being able to hold that container for those to discover that within them. So I'm sure a lot of people who are listening to this, and even people who sign up, are already quite far along in that process. And what I can offer is, over the years I've been doing the work, tips and tools and perspectives and awareness around specific things, because it's a very layered topic. That's why we'll do it over a period of time. So we will touch on some themes and ideas, and there'll be a bit of teaching involved, and then we can go deeper into those layers. So yeah, I just think that at this current time, that is probably, if I had to look at what is the most important thing that I could offer right now, because there are lots of things I can look at working with and information, but this feels like the most aligned thing that will bring the most help to each individual starseed or Weisho or little sparkly soul that's like on this awakening journey, to give them the ability to go, hang on, I'm not going to throw my energy outside of me. And you will find, actually, once you start connecting with your higher self, you'll get confirmation of information that you get. You might hear it through another channel or this, that, or the other, and we will chat about those things, and the awareness around these things that Spirit has shown me, that gave me the ability to feel really, I have to be absolutely confident in what I do, otherwise I wouldn't do what I do. So wanting to pass on that baton of information and help ignite that within individuals.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what will make this really nice is that it will be quite intimate. There won't be, we won't have too many people. So you'd be able to interact, you'd be able to ask questions, whether you want to ask, verbally, or you just want to send a text on the actual group. It will be either via Zoom or StreamYard. We're just working out the details, but you'd be able to participate and get individual answers and attention. So in a way, it's like a mini one-on-one, which is incredible. Farrah obviously offered this on a one-on-one work, incredible offerings on a website, but I think this is really valuable as a group session. First of all, it's going to be incredible value because the type of information and the container that you'll be able to access will be incredible. And we want to make it accessible because it's something that is so needed right now, as for us as a collective. And we know that some people are, going through tough times as well. So we wanted to make it accessible. So yeah, it's going to be incredible. You'll be able to take notes with you and armed with tools and information that you can take away so you can continue the practice, and as we said, there'll be a level 2 as well in a couple of weeks time. And so we'll go, maybe we can just quickly list the packages. So it's going to be $55, and there'll be a discounted rate for South Africans because our currency is horrendous, as you might have noticed. So there'll be a discounted rate for South Africans, and also there'll be a 15% discount if you sign up now, over the next 3 days. So the early birds that sign up, you'll get the 15% discount, and you'll be able to access that offline as well afterwards. So even if you can't join the session, you can still access all the tools and the recording afterwards, and you can actually access it in perpetuity. It's going to be available on Farrah's site, so you'll be able to access that. And I can highly recommend it. I think it's going to be invaluable, and I think it's one of the things that are most needed right now, because people need to learn to start trusting themselves, their higher guidance, because we all have it. We just need to connect. We need to break through the veils and connect and learn how to do that.
Absolutely. And it's going to be fun. I'm a big believer in having a bit of fun and a few giggles along the way. So if you resonate with that energy, can't be too always, I'm very serious about my work, but We're
It's got to
human.
be done with joy and
Yeah.
fun. As you say, this is a beautiful process, and it's meant to be joyful. And with joy, always is a little bit of fun as well.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm excited. I hope that I get to meet some new souls and connect, and that we can work together. And just another thing is, it'll be available. We'll obviously record it, and it'll be a pack that'll be for sale going forward at any point in time if someone's not able to make the actual date in which we've set it for.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have a little brochure so you can see. We'll share it on all the channels. Farrah, do you want to quickly talk about the outline, or you want me to quickly run through it? I think maybe
So do you want me to do what's included for this one? So we'll do an
yes, yeah. I
introduction.
think it might be nice just to go over that quickly.
Okay, cool. What is your higher self and your guidance team? Why do we have one? Maybe some people don't know. Why is it so important now more than ever to bring all our energy inwards and start tapping into our own discernment? Example, higher self guidance system. Where do limiting beliefs come from? We're going to touch a little bit on organic intelligence as opposed to artificial intelligence. It does play a little role in programming. The power of perspective is also important. The genius mind and opening your consciousness to it. Questions and answers, and then we will do a guided meditation to open up the pineal gland and to connect to this highest version of yourself. And with it, I think I might also incorporate some possible what is the word I'm looking for, like opportunities
Activation.
to channel in the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna run it very organically. I have a very basic guideline, but as I do with most things, I meditate, I channel, I get the information, and then I just let it kind of flow. So being adaptable to that.
Yeah, that's the best way, because there might be some very important messaging that wants to come through, and you've got to remain open to that. It also depends on the audience, because you can feel the energies in the room.
Yes.
You know, who's there, what do they need, what kind of guidance may they need, you know? So you might get a download, oh, say this because this person really needs that message right now. So I think that what make it so beautiful and so dynamic.
Yeah, and when getting people to, so one of the things that I know when people work, like sign up to packages with me where they do a couple of sessions, like one of the ways in which people are always blown away is if I'm training someone, like I'm looking at their chakra and I'm asking them what they see, and then I'm asking and then I can confirm, but I mean people don't always believe that, but or I can say, okay, now look in my body, tell me what you pick up, and then they pick up something that I know about myself. And then it's like, well, actually, there you were, spot on. So that's such a great way, because people are like, no ways, I can't believe I could actually do that. And that for me, so figuring out, like trying to hold that space within a group, and maybe we can do a few sort of exercises like that. And I will just allow Spirit to show and guide me how that needs to work. But
yeah, I think that's very important, because that gives people the confidence, you know.
that's
Oh,
what
I
it's
actually
about,
saw
the
what she
confidence.
saw.
Yes.
So it must be real. It's not my imagination. We've
Yes.
always been told, you know, that's just your imagination. That's for kids. Just don't, you know, go
Biggest
there.
lie
That's
we were
silly.
ever sold. Biggest lie we were ever sold. Well, everything
Yeah.
is created through imagination.
Yeah.
Everything is created through thought. That's what it
They
is. So
actually need to,
visualization, imagination, it's so super powerful. But mostly the biggest thing holding people back is some people have very blocked third eyes, pineal glands. It can be specific, and that's something must actually add in here. Blocked third eye. And
but
sometimes
yeah, I
people
think that
also just don't trust themselves. So they go, I'm not sure. Am I making it up? And it's like really settling. So I'm going to also talk about tools and practices you can do daily to tap into that. So eventually it just becomes second nature.
you actually start trusting yourself and just surrendering to it. And
Yeah.
then discovering those jewels, those beautiful jewels and gifts.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Very
super
excited.
excited. If anyone has any kind of serious questions, you can email us at live@vividearth.org, but otherwise we'll put all the information out. It will be on my site, at Farrah's site. We'll put the links below so you know where to find it. You'll be able to buy the session online, and we really look forward to doing this with you. It is short notice, but we didn't want to miss the spring equinox. It's a very powerful time to manifest and, you know, create new journeys, especially in the southern hemisphere where we have spring. It's all about creation and new beginnings. You know, we're moving out of hibernation into spring, where everything, you know, is planted and blooming. And whereas for the ones in the northern hemisphere, they want to create that right sort of mindset to move into that period of quiet stillness, you know. So
or internalization, going inwards, actually. So perfect.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, we look
Awesome.
forward to having
I'm very
all
excited.
of you there. Very exciting.
Yes.
Okay, everyone. We look forward to seeing you there. See you next week.
I'm so excited to chat to you soon. Bye.